Welcome student. So we were discussing the intensive care unit setup and we were discussing the designing. Now our today's point is clean and dirty utility room. There should be two rooms along with the ICU. One is clean utility room and this is dirty utility room. The clean utility room will contain all the cleaned and sterilized equipments which have been brought from the CSSD and other sterile sources, and the dirty utility room will contain the used materials. Remember, there must not be any interconnection between these two rooms. So these two rooms will be separated. Nobody can enter into the clean utility room and then enter into the soiled utility room. It cannot happen. So there must not be any interconnection. So it is a necessity. Then some other areas are also present, but these are not so important, but you should know at least, like lounge, like visitors resting room, like equipment storage area, like conference room. Actually these are not very important to set up a ICU, but in the Western countries and developed countries you can find this, but in our country usually all these facilities are not available. The only ICU setup is much more important than these accessories. Now the supply corridors, supply and service corridors, it is very important because a corridor that is used by the staff to carry the soil linens and soil products, and also to carry the fresh and sterile products. Actually a common corridor may produce some hazards because there is chance of contamination. So if it is possible, if the structure of the hospital or the design of the hospital permits, you should separate these two routes. That is the entry route with sterile product and the exit route with the soil product must be separated. But unfortunately it is not always found in every hospital because it is very tough to construct this type of setup. If possible, you should remember it and you should implement it also. Now what type of, so we have completed the designing part. Now what type of equipments you are going to provide? See, I have already discussed in class many a times what are the common drugs, what are the common injections used in ICU. We are not going to discuss it here again. I hope you have already write it down in your exercise book. Now we are discussing the common utilities like electrical power, water, 24-hour oxygen supply, compressed air, vacuums, lightings, etc. must be present. Also centralized air conditioning system, it is a must nowadays in every ICU, so you have to arrange for it. Also the medical equipments like ventilators, defibrillators, BiPAPs, oxygen cylinders, cannula, nasal oxygen mask, everything you have read regarding ICU equipment, this must be present in excess, I can say, so that in need we can use them properly. So this is the equipments. Now I can point out a very important topic here, that is the water supply. Usually this is the part which we usually forget to memorize. Water, you know, there are many infections, those are waterborne infections. So you have done everything well to set up a ICU. You have maintained a good asepsis, but you have forgotten to check the water source, and this impure water can have a detrimental effect on your ICU setup. So you must remember that water supply should be checked every day for any contamination or infection. So this is the water supply. What I have just told a few minutes ago, that is the equipment. I have written down every equipment, a list of equipment in the notes. You must read it from these notes, and you have to memorize it to write in the examination. Now, if you have any questions regarding this, you can ask me. I will try to make another video to clear the doubts if you have any. Now the last point is the staffing. How do you staff a ICU? First, you have to categorize them into 4 types. That is to say, we are going to classify the ICU staffs into 4 categories. Number 1, medical categories, that is the doctors. Number 2, nursing categories, sisters and her staffs. Number 3, technical assistants or technical staffs. And number 4, ancillary staffs. Now first, medical categories or the doctors. Better you must have at least one intensivist who can devote at least 50% of his time, of his day schedule, to your hospital is sufficient. So one intensivist who can devote 50% of his everyday schedule to your hospital will be sufficient. If you can arrange more, it will be much better for your ICU. Number 2, assistant doctors. These doctors may be the younger doctors, but they must be Medical Council of India recognized doctors, not the QACs or others. So you have to arrange for proper medical graduates. So these are the doctors. Number 2, nursing staffs. As I have already told, that 1:1 nursing staff is sufficient. But if you can arrange, you can arrange more, but it will be a wastage of energy and economy. So 1:1 staffing is essential for ICU. Also, the assistant staff nurses are there to assist the senior sisters. And the other technical staffs are like ventilator expert, the technician who inserts the endotracheal tube into the lungs, and other technicians who creates the central channel, who creates the normal channels. These technical staffs, ABG technician, X-ray technician, sonologist, these staffs you will have to arrange for a 24-hour basis and in a shifting duty basis to the ICU. Remember, there is no scope for sleep in ICU. Nobody can sleep in ICU except patients. It's a very important. Another, you have to arrange a computer operator to operate all the datas which you have obtained from the different equipments and devices. The one person, that is the computer operator, who will operate the computer to retrieve the data, and a biomedical engineer sometimes is required, but not always. If any malfunction of these equipments happen, then these engineers can point it out, and at once they will replace or repair the machine. So this is the staffing. So I think we have covered almost the full topic of intensive care unit. Now watch these videos repeatedly, go through the notes, and if you have any doubts, feel free to ask me. I will try to answer. Thank you for watching.